Yay! Some of your destinations have errors. Okay, let's figure this out. Oh, I don't care about that one. All right, we'll just remove that. And what's up, everybody? Welcome. Welcome. Come on in, come on in. It's been such a long time. It's been since the first week of June since we've done this podcast.
Took the summer off.
Did we? We kind of took the summer off. We came back for the fall. It's a new season.
It's a new season.
Fall 2024 of the Marriage Go Round podcast. This is episode number 89.
Wouldn't this be season 3?
What year did we start it?
2020.
Oh. If we had probably done breaks and said they were new seasons, this probably would be season 4.
So this is season 2.
Season 20, 2021, 22. Yeah, this probably would be season 4 or 5.
So this is season 2.
Okay, welcome to season 2, episode 89 of the Marriage Go Round podcast with your real life married couple hosts who happen to also be comedians, writers, actors, and all that good stuff, Tanjareen and CT. And we get dressed on 2 different areas of the house, and we still happen to sometimes coordinate.
This is red, just 2 different shades.
We coordinated. I love that because I had no idea what you're wearing. You didn't know what I was wearing.
Yeah.
Let's shout out the people who were in here before we got in here. Very first comment came from Jordan Taylor. He says, "It sure has been a while. Glad this show is back and ready for what's to come." Thank you, Jordan Taylor. Always one of the first people to comment on anything I post on any of my platforms. I don't know what kind of notifications he has set up, but I need y'all to get in line like Jordan Taylor because he's on it. Thank you for your support, Jordan Taylor. He's also a member of my Patreon, which makes him Team Rain.
Domingo Trip.
Bonafide Her was next with Finally Back, MGR. Bonafide Her podcast is owned by our girl, Ashley Elise. Domingo Trip's other name is?
Guy Trip.
Guy Trip, you guys. Guy Trip is in the building watching from Hawaii. Excited about this. He's married as well. If you're married, throw up the capital M. If you are widowed, it's the capital W. If you're single, capital S. If you're separated, I guess SP. And if you are, is there anything less? Single, widowed, divorced, all the things. Put up your initials. Let's see. Keena Key says, "We ready," with my favorite emojis. And it says hashtag Team Tanjareen, hashtag Team Rain, hashtag Team CT all day. Jarrell Weeks says, "Hey Gus, hey guys, I missed the show while you were away. Tanj, I reached out for an interview with you for film school before I found out you were tied up. Ended up doing one with Jay Horn instead." Well, that's the big difference. I hope you got what you needed from your interview, and I apologize for not being available. But yeah, I was doing big things. Jay Horn is my frat brother. Love him.
Friend of the show.
Jay Dilt says, "What's good, everybody?" Autumn Reed says, "Well, damn, it's been a minute.
Autumn Reed.
Any longer, and I would have had to consider getting hitched just to fill the void." Hey, someone tell Bandersnatch to dust off the argument counter. Let's go, MGR. Yes, I want to make sure we don't argue. We're so happily married, aren't we, baby?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Lacey says, "We missed you too. Yay. It's back. What up, everybody? ACT, Tanj. Let's go. What's up, Isaac? Jazzy, Pondigaza." I like that new name for you. CT was out here making sure Vibes Cartel went free, and now he's back to bless us with his presence. What's that mean?
Vibes Cartel he was in prison, and all of the Jamaicans are rejoicing.
Oh, so you get credit for that.
All of the Jamaicans and the Caribbean people are rejoicing.
Oh, congratulations to y'all. Tanjareen was out here making sure Sean Storm had a fair trial and back to bless us with her presence. That is hilarious. We're getting credit for all of that. We are so back, baby. What's up, Green Ranger? Team CT all day.
All day.
Rain. He's also on my Patreon. Appreciate him, gang. It's Maroon Marriage Go Round. I like that, Green Ranger. Welcome back. Looking very nice, you too. MGR is back. It's been too long. Yes, it's been since June 5th. I was just coming back from Hawaii. I was just coming back from Vegas the day before that. We did an episode the next day, and then I left to go shoot a film. You can see some behind the scenes of that on my Patreon. I came back ready to do the podcast, and then somebody I know booked something else right after that. And
let's
was
catch
gone
them
for a
up.
while.
Let's talk about your movie that you can't say the name yet, but members of your Patreon know. They know the name?
Uh-huh.
Okay, well, Tanjareen booked a movie, an action film where she plays a very integral part of the film, and I didn't even know the character she played until about 3 weeks ago. And a whole lot of action scenes. She has her love interest. This dude is tall, and so
you came to set and saw just how tall he was.
Yeah, he's very tall. And then right after you finished the movie, I began writing for a comedian. And that's been very dope.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you. It's been very dope and fun. And whilst writing for him, I booked a Disney pilot, a pilot for Disney, which I can't say the name.
Booking things.
And that was an incredible process of fun, but I was waking up very early to do the gym and then the set and then
dedication. Love that.
You know, looking cool on camera. I've since fallen. What are you looking for?
I want you to hand me that.
Okay.
Without us even seamlessly notifying anybody.
We showed it on the end of the camera.
Too late now. Go ahead, baby.
Anyway, I've since fallen, but I went back today.
Yeah, you worked out today, baby.
I've been back. So I went to the gym today. The last time I was in the gym was last Wednesday. So it was a week. I've been out for a week.
Okay, well, if we talking about gym, we talking about gym.
We're talking about gym.
We talking about the gym. So your girl was at the gym a lot before I started shooting this action movie, and then I was even working out in the morning before I got to set to do the movie. And then 2 weeks ago was probably the last time I went. Why? Because I started a juice cleanse. I did 5 days of a juice cleanse, lost a bunch of weight, thank goodness. I did not want to go to the gym while I was on a juice cleanse because I wanted to see what just the juice cleanse would do if I gave my digestive system a break. Thank you, baby. They're all for you. And so I didn't work out that week, and I should have worked out the week after, which was last week, and I did not. So
your love interest.
My lips were not for my love interest.
It was just a great insert.
I didn't do nothing with that guy on the set, but he was very yeah, we made sure we went back to his place because I didn't want to disrespect the set.
I will hurt everybody involved in making a film.
He was super respectable. He's a great guy. You guys will enjoy the movie. I'm guessing it's going to come out maybe the first quarter of next year.
Oh, nice.
But if you want to see behind the scenes and see the cast and all of that, go to my Patreon or my Instagram and subscribe to there. It's only 20 cents a day, $5 a month, and you can be in the know before we tell anybody else. But I'm proud of both of us because we both booked some things.
Yeah, and then after the TV show that I booked, I just did a date with Martin Lawrence.
What?
This past Saturday.
What does that mean? Did a date with?
Well, the tour right now is called Y'all Know What It Is.
Okay.
And Martin Lawrence is going across the country. And I did a date with him here in Highland, California, where the Yamava Theater is. And then I will be in Detroit at the Little Caesars Arena. And then I'll be in Grand Rapids. I don't know what the name of that arena is, but yeah. So
just go to
MartinLawrenceTour.com.
There you go. And you can see the dates. He's going to be at the Los Angeles date in December and the 2 Michigan dates in August, the end of this month. And he just did a beautiful casino that was like about 90, 80 miles from where we live. And it gave us a really great weekend getaway because, you know, I went too on my whole Sade. I'm coming too. The Detroit show has been sold out. Lexi, I think they were trying to say that what's it called? The meet and greet is sold out. Because if you look at the flyer that Martin posted, he crossed out the date and put sold out meet and greet initials. Maybe the show itself isn't sold out. Because I thought that too, Lexi Lex. But double check. Loving the color coordination. Thank you, Lexi Lex. Congratulations, you guys. Nothing but deserved opportunities and success out here for you guys. Thank you, Jazzy.
I missed the squad. I told them the other day, I'm like, yo, September 7th, which is that Saturday, I think the first Saturday of the month, I'm like, I'm going to set aside some time that Saturday because I just want to kick with everybody. I haven't talked to them or played the game or watched a movie or anything. You
changed. Ever since you booked things, you changed.
It's been a busy summer. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Because I've also hosted events here for fundraisers, and I went to my family reunion in July for 4th of July weekend. And I had, like I said, I just came back from Vegas. It's been a lot.
That's a question to ask because while I'm thinking about it, you went to your family reunion. This is like the 4th one in a row you've been to?
More than that, but yes.
In a row. So one of her cousins, I believe, asked you, well, where's your husband?
Every time I get to my family reunion, which this one is North Carolina, most of my relatives want to know, where's your husband? Where's your husband? And even when I'm back here in town, people are asking me, like, you didn't take your husband to your family reunion? Which
raises the question, if you're in a relationship, do you make your spouse go with you to every family event? right? Because my thing is, I don't make her do anything, and she doesn't make me do anything. Because when you make your spouse do something, it's going to be all over their face. You don't want to bring that energy around when somebody doesn't want to do something or be somewhere. And I have no problem with her family. It's just I'm not going to hot ass North Carolina in the heat of summer with all the mosquitoes and bugs around just to be outside, because I got to be outside because that's where everybody else is. And I doubt people will have air conditioning to my liking, you know?
So what I will say about my husband, and what most of you don't know, is he's extremely bashful. Even though he can perform in front of tens of thousands of people as a stand-up comedian, if he's in a smaller setting with people that he doesn't know well, Woo! He's very uncomfortable.
I'm quiet.
So it's not about the heat out there. To me, it's about me not inviting him to be around a bunch of people that he doesn't know and have him be uncomfortable. And then I'd be worried about, is he having a good time? Does he like the food? Does he like this person? Does he like this cousin? Instead of me just getting a chance to bond with my family. So for that reason, I don't even invite him to the family reunion, which when I tell people that, they're like, what kind of marriage is that? It's fine with me to not invite him, because, and it's not even the same, because I will go with him to Detroit when he's doing family things, because here's the difference, ladies and gentlemen. He's from somewhere else. So most holidays he spends with my family already because he's here. So Christmas and Thanksgiving and Mother's Day and all that, my family's here. He sees them all the time. So it's nothing for me to hop on a plane and go spend some time with his family, because I don't get to do that often. But for me to also have him with my family all the time and then say, hey, now you got to get on the plane and go meet more family that you don't know. And I know he doesn't like to be out in the sun, and we do outdoor activities out there. I know he'd be miserable. So I just don't invite him. Is that weird that I don't invite my husband to my dad's side of the family reunion? Y'all let me know.
I don't force her to come to my family's anything unless it's like a big thing. Like, for example, the last time I made you come.
Ow. Should I say pause?
You would never say pause. I'm a man and I'm your husband. But I think
I need a heterosexual version of pause. Play. Go ahead.
I didn't make you go. The last time we were in Detroit for you was January.
For me?
Yeah.
You mean me going? We went for December, right before Christmas last year.
Was it right before Christmas?
Yeah.
That's when this happened.
I saw your whole family. Yeah.
That was December?
I think so.
Okay. So December. And then I went back. I don't know when I went back, but I try to only really go back when I'm performing, and then I could just be like, oh, great. Let me also see my family.
Make some money.
Because like if I'm not making no money, it's like I'm like, man, I'm here wasting time.
Ooh.
I rather waste time.
That's how he feels about you, family in Detroit.
No, they know what it is. I feel like I'm wasting time if I'm not making no money. But I'll tell you one city that I have not made no money in ever, and that's North Carolina. And I need to go down there and meet my sister up at some point. I need to visit her.
And also, he did come to North Carolina with me once, because
I've been there
it was
twice.
Convenient for him because his father was alive and living in North Carolina. So it was like, oh, cool. We'll go see both of the families those 2 times. It wasn't a reunion, but it was like, great. We can go see my uncles and cousins, and we can see your dad and your stepmom and your
Had to
sister.
go see my daddy, boy. And then got to see your family. Then the second time, what was the second time I saw them?
We went out there to see them once when they lived in Galax.
No, not my family. Your
the 2 times that we went to see your family was the 2 times what you're talking about.
Oh.
So let me get to these comments that I skipped over. Jarrell says, I would love it if you jumped on the Alabama show with Martin. I'd go in a heartbeat. Don't care for Martin on his own. Ouch! You don't care for Martin Lawrence on his own? Yeah, that's crazy.
Let me tell you something. Here's the thing. If you don't care for Martin, you don't care for me.
Because that's who inspired him.
That I would not be a comedian. I wouldn't even know what stand-up comedy was if it wasn't for Martin Lawrence. That's what I meant to tell you when we were going to sleep last night. Byron Bowers, good friend of the show. He's on a show called Lady in the Lake on Apple Plus.
Great show.
Byron, when he met Martin the other night, he told Martin, he was like, yeah, man, I didn't know what comedy was. The first thing that I ever heard comedically was your comedy album. Mm-hmm. And he was like, really? And I had never heard that story because he had never told me that. And I was like, are you serious? He was like, yeah. I was like, I didn't know what comedy was until I saw him hosting Def Jam. And we bonded over that. I'm like, how is it that we've never talked about this? So crazy. But yeah, I appreciate the sentiment, but I would not be in this business if it was not for Martin Lawrence.
All right, let me get back to the comments. Guy Trip says, back to business. Check them cash apps. Okay. All right, sir. And then I still have a bunch more comments I want to read before we get into these memes.
Oh,
cash
whoa.
app. Let me see.
Hey, Guy Trip. I'm about to get slow kisses, man. Blessings.
Oh, wow.
Thank
Guy
you so
Trip.
much.
Yeah, I made Trip send $50. And this is separate to what he sent. Let me hold you. To what he sent to CT, $50, and it says for welcome back. Oh my gosh, let me hold you. You know, when you send money live on the show, whether it's stars on Facebook or if it's a super chat or super stickers on YouTube or direct to the phone, you get kisses. And if it's $50 and over, you get slow, wet kisses. Here's your kisses, Guy Trip. Thank you for sowing seeds onto this tangerine tree. And it was $50. So here's your slow, wet kisses.
You ain't got to cover my eyes. I mean, I respect it. I appreciate it, brother.
Thank you, God Trip. Shout out to you and your beautiful wife out there in Hawaii. Let me get to some of these saved comments. Reggie Patton says, I got a quarter for you guys being gone too long because you guys played me.
That's not my Reggie.
Oh, that's funny. No, that's not your Reggie. That's another Reggie. Just get the joke,
like,
baby.
Yeah, I got you. I'm trying to think. What's his last name?
Williams.
Right. Thanks, Reggie.
Thank you, Reggie.
RP.
Bam Snatch says, yes, 30-inch bust down. Thank you, boo. It's 22 inches. Picked this up from my last film. It's been working for my auditions. Autumn Reed says her status is SHP4L, single, whole phase for life.
Okay. Respect.
DMs might be open over there. Let me see. Autumn Reed says, Tanj came back looking like she about to cosplay Tina Turner. CT came back looking like he got a chicken snack bucket waiting in the man cave. Wow. But he's also got the muscles, you guys. Don't sleep on the muscles. Autumn Reed says about the question of the day being about would you have to take your family, your spouse to every family event? Autumn Reed says, if I was married, I would bring different male friends to family events just to throw my family off and keep them out my real relationship.
Autumn Reed's very private.
That's very funny, but she's also in her single whole phase for life. So we don't know which is which. Which is which. Lexi Lex says, I like that dynamic. Seems very thoughtful. And plus, you know each other, so it makes sense if you don't invite the other to places if you know they won't enjoy it. Exactly.
Yeah, like we hear so many couples say that, yeah, I'm not going. He got to come everywhere with me, and it's like, but what if he's not comfortable with it?
Oh well, miserable. I remember my mother used to drag my dad to the Pomona Fair and the LA County Fair every single year because she enjoyed it. He was miserable and would just cuss and walk slow in the background while she would run around having the time of her life. And I was like, Mom, why do you keep dragging him to this? I was like 7, 8 years old. She was like, he used to love doing this. We did this all the time when we were recording. I was like, he was pretending.
He was trying to get that box.
He was trying to get that box. And once he got that box and locks you down, he went back to his real self. So we got to pay attention to those signs when somebody's really enjoying themselves and when they are not.
Yeah.
So when I said pause and you said, I can't say that because I said, let's do heterosexual play. Lexi Lex says rewind could be the lady's sexual version of pause. I like it. Rewind or play. I like that. So we'll come back to that. All right, here we go. Let's see. CT's Bonita path continues. Hey, CT wants to be Bonita.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Let me see. Before the kids, I didn't have to go. After the kids, I gotta go. But her family knows I ain't mingling with everyone. I'm only talking to the family member I like. The family member. Didn't even put an S on the end of that. And if they not there, I'm on my phone. Ooh, Callie grown. I understand.
And her family's very kind. I don't ever want to paint the picture like her family aren't good people. It's just I am very particular and I'm very shy. And I also am not. Let me tell you the age that I'm at.
Okay.
I'm the age where I'm not everybody's cup of tea and I'm not ever going to try to be.
Okay.
So when I get offended or when I get annoyed by something, that's just what it is. I don't have time to be trying to protect people's feelings or have them trying to protect mine. I just want to be left alone.
Understood.
A lot of times, can I talk about the thing you just booked?
No, not at all. All right, Monty's in the building. My mama's in the building. Hey, Monty. Hi, Mama Breen. Callie Grown says, same. Reggie says, yo, it's your boy, Chef Reg. Glad I got something forward to laugh at again.
Chef Reg.
Much love and keep up the good work. I love watching y'all videos. It makes my day from New Jersey. Thank you, Ron. Appreciate that. No, baby. My mom says, funny your dad complained to you, but never told me how he felt. Sad face emoji. Are you serious? All that cussing he was doing? You could read the room,
You gotta
Mama.
read that room.
He was miserable. He was walking so slow behind you every time we would go. And you would just be a little kid getting stuffed animals, getting, deep fried Oreos and
having
big turkey legs, having a good old time. And he just like, I don't know why. I'm like, oh, Dad. Anyways, thanks for watching, Mommy. Let's get to a couple of these memes. Let me just start over. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode number 89 of the Marriage Go Round podcast with your real life married couple hosts, Tanjareen and CT. We got a theme song to sing for you that y'all thought I forgot, but I'll never forget. We're going to sing the theme song, and then we're going to talk about...
sorry.
Let's see if we can both remember. It's been a while. Oh, we got good memories. We're actors. We memorize lines. We'll be fine. And...
we should have seen by singing. You know, I used to think, as a kid, I used to think...
you thought they learned the whole movie, all the lines.
I'm like, man, how do they learn all of this stuff? And that's the magic of movies. But then when you learn they shoot it scene by scene, it's like, why wouldn't you know your lines?
Exactly. But if you're shooting a sitcom in front of a live audience, you do have to know all your lines.
Yeah, it's like a play.
Because it's like, you got to go and everybody is watching.
That's the time I'd be glad where I'm recurring or you're a guest star.
That's one of my friends.
Like, I got 3 scenes. They doing 10. I'm popping in here. I'm gonna go chill. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back.
A friend of mine is an actress aspiring, and she's even older in age. And she said she didn't ever want to be a lead because it's too many lines for her to learn. And I was like, you don't have to learn those all at the same time, right?
For real?
I be learning my lines in the makeup trailer right before we shoot that specific scene because I don't need all that stuff in my head at the same time. Like, what's the point? All right, let's get out to
theatrical actors are probably. You got 18 monologues and you know all of them?
Yes.
I can go the distance. Man, he got a song too? You got to memorize the song, the monologue.
The dance moves.
The dance. Oh my goodness.
The blocking to walk around.
I just want to go in on a play and be like, hey, what's all this noise? And then go right back to the back.
All right. You digress. It's time for the theme song.
You remember that line?
Yes, I do.
Hollywood Shuffle. Hey, what's all this noise? Can't a bat get some sleep in here?
Shout out to Robert Townsend. Just got honored at the Directors Guild Theater by my friend Princess Monique in a big event that she put together with the African American Steering Committee.
Batty.
That was, I think, a week ago. You ready, baby?
Brad Coleman? Brad Wood.
You ready, baby?
What's all this noise? Can't a bat get some sleep?
I don't remember that part.
Batty.
You ready?
No.
Let me get my voice together. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, and do. 5, 6, 7, 8. Marriage go round. Marriage go round. Tanjareen and CC's marriage go round. Because it's married things and things are up. Married things and things are up. The Real Relationship Podcast. Blocka. Pew, 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 pew. Yay. Thank you, baby. That is such a good compromise. Right? I love it.
Now, can I ask you a question?
We got a lot of show on the agenda, baby. We don't have time. Here we go. All right, so what's your question?
What's all this noise? Can a man get some sleep? Batty.
He tried so hard. CT suddenly trying to avoid doing the song. Exactly. Did. Not a bit of rust in sight. 10s. Bandersnatch gives us 10s. Look at that. And no arguments, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So this show is about relationships. If you would like to get on camera and ask us a relationship question or give us relationship advice, we've only been married 10 years, been together for years before that. We're ready to learn and we're ready to help you grow. So you can get on camera by clicking the link that's below the description on your Facebook or YouTube page. I tried to go live on Twitter today, but it said no. So that's fine. Let's see if it'll let me right now. Oop, it won't let me. Oh, it says I gotta have a premium account. Oh, ever since he bought Twitter, they try to charge you for everything. Let me get the hell out of here.
Good Twitter. Business.
Yeah, but nobody even likes Twitter like that to be paying for it.
Oh, they don't?
It's silly.
I'm a fan. Let me tell you
something.
something.
You pay for it?
No, I don't pay for it.
Exactly. That's my point.
It's out of control. I don't know if you know this, but you could go on Twitter and just
see anything.
Watch stuff.
Anybody who's trying to promote their other pages and they get kicked off of Instagram or Facebook, they can show it all on Twitter.
I'm so used to PG platforms. When I go to Twitter, I'm like, then you click it and they got more.
Oh, yeah.
Like they show you a picture here and they be like, click this. And you be like, you go down, people be inserting stuff. I'm like, man, how do y'all get work done?
Is it all the free corn? Corn. Is that what you're talking about?
Corn. Yep. It's so free. You know what's funny? I don't think I've ever paid for that type of entertainment on computer and stuff, but the pirate sites be looking out.
So he looks at that stuff for free, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, got to.
All right, let's
I come from DVDs. I wasn't watching it when it was on tapes. I come from the DVD generation.
Well, you had to skip to the scene you wanted and pause it.
You were like, hey man, can I? Well, that's where you used to trade DVDs and stuff.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. I didn't have nothing to trade, but I had good friends.
Okay.
They'd be like, hey, here. You'd be like, oh, thanks. You're not going to miss this?
Taking. You weren't trading.
I didn't have nothing to trade. I said that.
It's not a trade.
After time went by, I had stuff to trade, but they already moved on to the new stuff. So by the time they were watching streaming. I'm like, I got some DVDs. They're like, I don't want no DVD. I'm like, all right, that's all I got to trade.
That's ridiculous. All right, so this show also talks about relationship memes. So I pulled a couple of them up. This one I got from CT. He forwards me stuff throughout the day, which I find hilarious. And this one is really cute. It says, why didn't you tell me you have a wife and 2 kids? He says, I'm shy.
I'm shy.
That's crazy.
I'm shy.
That's so funny to me.
That made me laugh so hard.
That made me laugh too. I thought
I'm shy.
It's so ridiculous. CT also sent me this one. Let me see. What is that? The free Pinot. It's a good one. All right, let me go to this next one. This one is also sent from my baby. He found it on, I think, Duval promo. Homeless man goes viral after he posted this on social media. Y'all think he gonna find him a lady? So the guy's not bad looking if you picture him cleaned up and, well groomed. He says 36, lives in Delaware, 5 kids. My 6th kid gotta be your first. 2 nose ring maximum. Homeless in winter, coming in trying to cuddle.
Let me tell you something.
That's hilarious.
That's not a bad requirement with the 2 nose ring maximum, he said?
He said 2 nose ring maximum.
That's honest, because you can have one on either side. That's cool. Not a big fan of the septum ring thing. Everybody want to be a bull all of a sudden.
You hate those.
I hate those. I hate them. But 2 nose rings, that's maximum. I respect that because I'm a fan of the stud. Like, put the stud in the nose. I grew up seeing that. You know what I mean?
You like those? You don't mind those?
Yeah, it's a stud in those. But don't go with the ring outside the thing, because I always think about. I don't know why I don't think about this with the little stud, but with the ring, I'm always thinking about, it get hot outside, or people be sweating, or they work out and they got the nose ring in. It's like, I know you're not taking that out to clean it.
So it's dirty.
Yeah, I'm already
bacteria and sweat.
I'm thinking of hygiene every time I see something like that.
They say the mouth is the dirtiest part of the body, and people get the tongue rings.
And it can be, but I'm talking about that nose. Now the tongue ring, if I don't see you swap your tongue ring out, it's like, hey, you kind of. You know what I mean?
So yeah, I thought that was funny, and I read that bottom line wrong. It says 2 nose ring maximum. Homeless and winter's coming. I'm trying to cuddle. That's so funny to me.
That's honest though. I mean, here's the thing. There's going to be someone that is lonely enough to be like, hey, what up? Come through. I got the crib. I'm lonely, so come satisfy my needs. I satisfy yours.
Yeah, there are some lonely women that got some money and don't mind spending it and cleaning.
There's some lonely men too, some lonely dudes that got nothing but money and they got a house or whatever, and there's some girls that are broke and homeless that want to go in there and they might cook for them or whatever. It's an even exchange. I saw a video earlier that talked about people are here to be used, so be useful or you're useless. And it was like interesting. Because realistically, everybody wants to be equally yoked, but you don't really need to be equally yoked with somebody. If you got a car and you got a house, and she has a car and she has a house, what do y'all offer each other? But if you're someone that you're a negative person and this is a positive person, y'all can help each other. Not so much from the negative side, but you know what I mean.
Iron sharpens iron, as it says.
Yeah.
Or they say in the scripture world, I don't know if it's really in the Bible. Lacey Lake says they got to have a different tongue ring for every day of the week.
No. Not a different tongue ring for every day of the week, but I'm just saying swap out the tongue ring. Like, for example, if you, let's talk about it. If you got a tongue ring in and you wearing it Monday all day and you go to sleep with it on and you wake up, you don't want to clean that thing off? You know what I mean?
I mean, I'm guessing they do when they brush their teeth. Maybe they take it out and sanitize it.
I've never seen a girl do that.
All right, moving on. Not the homeless bum having standards, Francis Tripp says. Exactly. Lexi Lex says, having stipulations while you homeless is crazy. Bandersnatch says, there are some fine homeless men in the world, and I don't understand that combo. That's women too. Women be broken fine. But you know, somebody will sweep them off their feet. Lexi says they gotta get out. They gotta get out there and sell some peen if they can't get a job. Women are pervs too. LOL. Good point. Good point. I think it would be easier for men. Do you think it's easier for men to sell it?
To sell it?
Yeah.
If you
women
sell
don't have
it,
to pay though, really, unless they're unattractive.
Women be paying by buying them stuff or letting them lay up. But if you are physically selling that thing as a man, you gotta have abs. Ain't no woman buying something and you ain't got the full package.
So dad bods can't sell the peen?
Unless his mouthpiece is crazy.
Okay, good to know.
What Bandersnatch say?
Well, now we know there are 2 people in Delaware. That's funny. Speaking of our poet friend, G-Jones. What did who say?
Bandersnatch is right above.
She says, in quote, you got to change the tongue ring.
You got to change the tongue ring.
CT quote.
One of the homies used to date a girl with a tongue ring, and it was always the same one. Like, it was white. And I used to be like, and let me ask you something, man. Does she ever swap that out? And he's like, not really.
You're wrong for asking that question.
He was my friend. I was genuinely asking. And it made me think, like what I just said, like she's wearing it all day through different breath changes. And she's waking up and going to sleep, taking showers, of course, but it's the same tongue ring. You're not even taking it out to wash it. And what I thought about was there was a night, I think he FaceTimed me in the morning one day and she was just waking up. Like she was next to him, she was just waking up. And the tongue ring was still, right there. And I was like, and that's what I asked him. And I was like, hey, did she ever swap that out? And he was like,
I have so many questions about why he's FaceTiming you while she's laying there.
Well, they weren't naked or nothing. He was just like, I guess he was up and she was still asleep.
Mm-hmm. Way easier for women to sell the poom, Jazzy Pondegaza says. D. Carneal, is that how you say it? How would you? Corneal. About you be wait somebody to 6 years, end up wait, we can't be together because he too old, she 30 and the 44-year-olds. What you think? D, I can see that typing words is not your strong suit. I would love it if you clicked the link and came in and asked your question on camera. I'm sure you can speak and we can talk and we can help you with the question because I'm not sure what you're asking.
What if he says it the exact same way when you get on camera?
Then I would hope you would help me understand and decipher it. Clean and Peen Housekeeping Services. Autumn J, we got another one. Hashtag business. I'm taking notes, Autumn Reed says. That's funny. The minute she said something she doesn't like, hello, 911. A homeless man broke into my house. He's crazy and claiming he's my boyfriend. Help me. Send the cute SWAT team ASAP.
That's funny.
Autumn Reed, you're a hoot and a half. All right, let me see. I have another meme over here. This one. This is a question of the day. This one came from rapper The Game. He says, ladies, let me get on camera. He says, ladies, what determines whether or not you're gonna have a smash session with a man on the first night? Question of the day. What determines if you're gonna give a man some on the first night? Ladies, don't act like you've never done this. What makes it okay for him to get it on the first night? Have you ever gotten some on the first night?
Come on.
You laugh.
How dare you ask me something like that? I'm mad if it's the second night.
Oh, I know. I've heard you and your friends talk about you don't understand why they would make you wait. But the
times that I've been made to wait have been times where I was like, I don't think this might be it. Outside of you.
Yeah, definitely.
But I had to wait for that. I had to wait for the other stuff, which I think that's what made it better.
What was the other stuff?
Come on, baby, you're my wife.
What?
I don't want to talk about that on camera.
What was the other stuff?
Look, we're here. Gorilla Tap wine.
CT's face said, let's be real.
Come on.
So CT said, you see this man? That's funny. I'm such a make you waiter person. Like I went 3 years without doing anything except a little bit of friskiness, but not actual going all the way through. I'm good for making somebody wait. The only time the only time I had a session with somebody on the first night was when I was just trying to be vindictive. I was super hurt by my repetitively cheating boyfriend when I was in college.
Mm.
And so I just went and picked somebody. And I was like, I'm just going to have my way with this person because I want to get revenge. And I ended up hurting that person's feelings because I never called him again. And he saw me at the mall like the next, like 6 months later. And he was like, you never called me again. You didn't give me your no. I'm like, bruh, you were a pawn in the game I was playing with this other guy that I've been with for years.
You're an evil person.
I did it one time. And I kind of apologized.
How did you apologize? You said, I'm sorry? Or you
I
just
said, hey, man, you was a pawn in an evil chess game. And I'm saying, I don't know how I said it, but it was a long time
That's
ago.
because you didn't apologize.
I probably did. I don't know. I don't know. Can I not be honest with you guys on this show?
No. Why would anybody want the truth from you?
Jazzy said, where's the love? Gorilla Tap says, if I gotta wait, it ain't worth it. Now, Gorilla Tap is married. Did you get your wife on the first time? Did you smash on the first night, sir?
Here's the thing. You know what happens? The first time, first of all, men are extremely forgiving and we give passing grades, right? We grade on a curve. The longer you make us wait, the more judgy we gonna be. So like if it happened the first night, let's say we go up your house, we're like, oh, you didn't expect me here. So I don't mind that your crib is junky. If you make me wait a couple of weeks or a couple of months, when I come over there, it better be pristine. I'm talking about I better be able to hear the squeak when I'm touching the counter. Okay. I need to see and smell clean linen. I need to see all of this. And then when you get down to it, it better smell like perfection. Warm cookies.
And what about, should she have also had on matching bra and panties and had something cooked for you to eat since it's this whole extravagant plan?
Food is always welcome.
Okay.
However, I've never been a person to care if a woman's tops and bottoms matched. Like, I mean, you know, I'm sure that I've seen some standout sets like, oh, this is a designer bra and panty set. But I've never really cared about the matching. I've never cared about that.
You don't even like lingerie, which bums me out because I love buying and wearing lingerie, and he could give two hoots about it.
Just take all it off. Come on. What are you doing? Your body's perfect. That's what we're talking about here, the body, right? Let's just get to the body.
Take all that off.
Take all it off. It looks ridiculous. It looks like whenever I see women in lingerie, and this is just my personal thing, I'm not no judging on it, whatever anybody else is into. I'm not going to knock what you into. But it's like when I see it, I always feel like the girl is trying too hard. It's like,
that's how I feel like you feel too. But I just feel pretty in it, and it's like nice and light to sleep in. You look ridiculous.
That's what I feel. I'm like, take that off. You look dumb. I want to see your body.
Oh gosh, because he's not the person that likes to be teased. Or he wants to go straight to it. Don't kiss around it. You're straight to it. Like, this is this guy.
I remember early on, because obviously, like, this happened years ago. A girl was like kissing around it and everything, and I was getting annoyed. I was like,
he has no patience.
It started like I'm not rude either. Because in my mind, I'm like, you know, you're doing me a favor. But my body does not lie. So it's like she was going around it, and I just got softer and softer. And she was like, what's wrong? And I was like,
making herself have more work.
Can you get to it? And she was like,
crazy.
What? I mean, I don't understand. I was trying to, you know, set a vibe. I'm like, stop treating me like the last dude you had. We're not the same people.
Yeah, I learned my lesson. Lingerie is
It wasn't you.
I get it, baby.
Yeah.
Bandersnatch says lingerie is a frilly waste of time, but go off. And then she says, let Tanjareen feel bonita. Thank you, Bandersnatch. So when I asked Gorilla Tap, did he get it from his wife on the first night? He says, second date. Okay.
Respect. First date could have been, you know, she's like, I'm trying to change. And he'd be like, I respect that. Second date, hey, now, this ain't the bowling alley. What's cracking?
And that's how you end up with all these kids that nobody wants to father, because y'all just want to smash as soon as possible before you know the person. Then you realize, oh, I really don't like her. Oh, I really don't like him. And now it's
some people are just meant to be smashed.
That's such a sad thing to say.
No, it's the truth. Some people are incredible physically, but they're not compatible mentally, emotionally, or spiritually. And then some people are incredible all those other ways and not good physically. So the only way that you know is by doing one or the other. It sucks that a lot of guys would leave their families. That's really sad.
It happens more times than I can want to count.
It's even sadder for, nobody said have sex the first night raw either.
Okay.
So maybe some onus is on both people.
Okay, that reminds me of one of the memes I'm going to read, but let me get to these comments real quick. Tanjareen out here breaking hearts with no remorse, Lexi Lex says. Bandersnatch says, Tanj went full. Annie, get your gun. Why won't it go on the screen? And then she says, if you get that reference, you're my people. Touch the screen, baby.
You just did.
All right. Domingo Guy Trip says, FTR, for the record.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I don't know. I just cleaned this. It's being temperamental. Okay, here we go. Guy Trip says, for the record, France's husband is a homeless alumni, LOL. Guy Trip used to be homeless?
That's funny. Alumni.
I would love to know more about that because y'all are living in the luxurious island of Hawaii now. That's interesting. LMAO CT said, I want what's under that stupid lace.
Yeah. The only time, okay, I'll tell you when I knew I didn't like lingerie. What is it?
Gorilla Tap says, who wastes time on liking someone in order to smash? That's crazy.
Sometimes you can get to know them and be less physically attracted. Like, let's focus on what's got us here.
Right, but if you're less physically attracted, that means you shouldn't have done anything. Because you get soul ties when you're intimate with someone, and now that tie is there, and you don't like the person.
Yeah, her soul was probably cool, but her personality is trash.
Goodness gracious.
No, that butt was big. It was after Guy Tripp's comment. What was it? Oh, lingerie. So the first time I saw lingerie was from my high school girlfriend, and I was like, oh, that's cool, but take it off. Like, immediately. I was a teenage boy, too. I'm like, I don't care about this. I want to see I have DVDs. I know what's under it. I want to see what's under yours.
Understood. Gorilla Tap says, stop vibing and start sucking. Jeez Louise, Gorilla Tap. Whew, I've missed you guys so much. I've missed you guys so much. Leaving your family will deeply affect you, Jordan Taylor says.
I would imagine.
Autumn Reed says, if the smash ain't good, I don't want to continue to waste time and money to get to the friend zone.
True. I would rather smash than we just be friends than to be friends and not get to smash. Oh, you're my friend. We're still close. Let me get a piece of that box real quick. Let's see if we're still friendly.
Good to know with all the female friends that you have.
A lot of them.
Good to know.
A lot of them would rather have smashed first, but you can't dictate how the friend zone go.
Yeah, or how the marriage goes. All right, Bandersnatch says people just need more self-awareness. Know if you're a good time for a long time, once a quarter or one night.
I used to tell Tanjareen, I am great in small doses, increments. I was like, I'm not somebody that you want to be around all day, every day. And then she was like, oh, you're probably just saying that you're not a good judge of yourself, you're a good person, all of that. And I'm like, all right. And here we are 15 years later, and I've been trying to tell her, but she will not listen.
Yeah, I'm stuck now, guys. Give me a piece of that box. Girl,
I'm telling you. Give me a piece of that box.
All right, let me read this meme. I got these from, did I read everything? All right. So I didn't see any woman in here that admitted that they've ever done it on the first night. If it's not too late, if you're watching a replay, type hashtag team replay. But I want to know if women have ever done on the first night, what was your reason? What determines whether you're going to give it up on the first night or not? I shared my story. It wasn't very romantic, but it's honest. And apparently I got judged for that. All right, let me read the next.
Oh, I guess you did get judged, didn't you?
I definitely did.
You didn't get judged for doing it the first night. You got judged for how you went about it. You were being vindictive, and that sucks.
I know, but I was hurt, and I was young.
And you hurt that dude's feelings. He probably thought he had something with you.
He definitely did. He let me know that, and it's too bad. All right, moving on. This one comes from Six Brown Chicks. Remember them on Instagram? Every Wednesday, they post a bunch of questions that they've received anonymously. And let's see what this one says. This one is question number 3. It says, I'm 23 and I guess I'm dating my friend's father. Okay. I asked him for rent money and he flew me out from New Orleans to Birmingham to earn it, quote unquote, from him on the low. We've been linking up in nearby cities for a few months and I don't want to be more to him, but he's not trying to leave his wife. I know he doesn't love her, but I feel like he puts me in a box, like he just wants to work my body for a few dollars. He always wears condoms like I'm dirty. I say, I love you. He says, a lot of women loved me. Love you first. What does that mean? How do I break out of this side chick routine? Yes, I'm willing to lose my friendship over him. I like him and I need his financial security in my life. Trying to get pregnant, but he won't touch me without a condom. Help.
First of all, shout out to condoms. Second of all, why would he go condomless when the foundation of y'all's relationship was financial for physical?
It was transactional.
Yeah.
And he has a wife.
Yeah.
And you're friends with his daughter.
That's crazy.
And it starts off with the funniest statement. I'm dating my friends. I guess I'm dating my friend's father. I guess you were sleeping with this man for money. You are his trick.
She's a client.
She's a client. I'm sorry. I don't want to shame Smash workers. Yeah. You're not a trick. You're a client.
Clients.
And you would like to get out of the side chick zone to be an actual lover because you need his financial security and you like him. You didn't even say you love him. You said you like him.
She said she likes. She says she loves him. She said she tells him she loves him.
Yeah, but when she was asking the question, she said, "I like him and I need his financial stability."
My question is, what do you think would happen if he were to be in a relationship with you? He's obviously going to do this with someone else.
But she just wants her bills paid, so she would have her rent covered, maybe her car note.
She doesn't just want bill paid. She wants a relationship.
She wants to not have to pay her rent separately. She wants to be living with him. So
that's a relationship.
Yeah.
What are you missing? How am I not being clear on how you read it to me?
Yeah, I did read it to you.
What's going on?
I guess that is a relationship. It just doesn't feel very loving.
I saw a video the other day. I think I sent this to you, where there was this Latin couple and they were trying to rearrange these bottles.
Oh yeah.
And you have to guess which bottles are correct. I think King James sent this to me. And while you're guessing which bottles are correct, there's a buzzer that tells you what you're right about, like how many you got.
Basically, there's 6 colors of bottles on the bottom row, and you're rearranging the ones on the top to match those colors.
Right.
But you can't see the other row.
Right. So you're getting a person to tell you, you got 2 right. So every time he would touch these 2 bottles and they'd be like, you got 2 right. The woman that he was with, which is his wife, I'm assuming, she would be like, ugh, and she would move these 2 around, and then they would say 0. And I'm like, why does she not realize that he's right and she's wrong?
Because they would literally say it out loud. You have 1 right now. And
yeah.
She would move it.
She would move it like, oh, you're so stupid and all of this. And she was the one that was wrong. And it was just so.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. And it says women don't listen to their men.
0. Watch this.
Go higher so they can see the color on the bottom. They're
1.
just trying to match the colors. And every time they match one up,
0.
He'll say out loud.
1. She grabs the 1.
It. And he can't.
0.
He doesn't know what's under there. He's just guessing really well, and she's changing everything. What
that
is your point?
Really annoyed me. It annoyed me because it's much like the people in the comments were like, everybody used this as a you hate this woman.
Oh
comment.
Yeah, everybody was
clicking it because it was like, there's sometimes you won't. That's a good example of not being equally yoked with a partner. Is you believe anything is right except for them. And my thought has always been, even an idiot can be right twice a day.
Even a broken clock.
Yeah.
And I wonder if that means she doesn't respect him. She doesn't let him lead. Keep talking.
She definitely doesn't let him lead. And there are several women who are great at leading. There are also several women that want to be led.
That's me.
But what I'm noticing a lot with these podcasts that I'm seeing on the internet is that there are a lot of people that don't know what they truly want. You know?
Yeah, keep talking, baby.
Yeah. So when I see that, my thing is always like, you're saying that you don't want this and you want that, but have you ever experienced the thing that you say you want to even know that you like it? For example, I didn't know I loved lemon meringue pie until I had it, and I was like, oh, baby, this is it. You know what I'm saying?
You're adorable.
Then I didn't know I didn't like peach cobbler until I tasted it. I was like, oh, this is too wet. This is too mushy. I like the crust, but I do not like the peaches or the salt.
I'm a crust peach cobbler person too. But Chef Joya made me some vegan peach cobbler. You saw me post a video when I got back from North Carolina of me eating Chef Joya's food. I didn't even get to post about the peach cobbler because I inhaled it while I was on the plane. But she made it more like a cake.
Ooh.
It was more like, it was more just like cake was around it, and then there was peaches in it, and I watched how she did it. I went on her YouTube to find out how she made it, and I was like, oh, I know that for future reference, but it didn't taste like cobbler. If you would like it. So basically not what she made.
No, I don't like peaches. I love apples.
Oh, does the friend know? If yes, damn. If no, blackmail. Devil emoji.
That's crazy.
Says. And Lexi said she couldn't fathom that he was right. That video pissed me off. LOL. Yeah. She saw it as well.
He can't be right. He's an idiot. That's how she moved.
Bandersnatch says, now at that point, it's on purpose. So she's just trying to make him wrong on purpose.
But also, she wasn't listening to the person that told them
that they had gotten something right.
Yeah, she was just so gung-ho about he's wrong.
Yeah. Say it louder for the back, CT, Bandersnatch says. I'm trying to touch these things and it won't let me. I don't know. Callie Grown says, that video triggered me. Where did it go? Triggered a very unhealthy reaction. You pray it was staged.
That wasn't staged.
I know, it felt genuine. Pie can never be too wet. And okay, guys.
It was inappropriate.
Rewind. Jordan Taylor, what people want is something they have to find their own. That's what it's called, a self-improved journey. Thank you, Jordan Taylor. All right, let's go to this last meme. And is there anybody who wants to get on camera with us this week? I know we haven't done this show in a while, and you guys didn't even know that we were getting on here. Really?
Yeah,
I'm ready to put out some food. I was like, oh, he's about to make some food for us.
I'm about to, hey now.
Hey now. All right. So this last meme is from Six Brown Chicks. Where did it go? Oh, here we go. It's been so long since I worked all this.
Been so long.
What's the next line?
It's been on. So please show me what it is that you want to see.
Great job. All right, this one's from Six Brown Chicks as well. It's question 4 for them today. Keith is a former co-worker. He left our company and started his own. Now he's paid consultant for us and others. He flirted a lot with me when he worked here, but I knew his low pay scale. I work in HR, and he wasn't worth my time or effort. He makes more money now, and I called him. We've been intimate, and we've gone out a few times. He knows I have 3 kids, but he doesn't ask about them or show any interest in them. We're a package deal.
No.
So when he picked me up for a date, I brought my kids along.
Oh.
He treated us to ice cream and brought us back home. No dinner, no date. Again, we've been intimate in his home. I asked Keith why he didn't invite us to spend time at his place. Him, quote, I don't bring ants to my picnic, end quote. I was furious. Me.
Wow, that's rude.
Me, we're a package deal. Him, I didn't order that yet. I asked if we're going to see each other again. Him, sure, but I'm dating you, not your kids. Let's keep him in there. Let's keep it there for now. What's wrong with him? Why does he hate kids? Is he gay? Whoa.
Nothing about that said gay. However, I will say it's very unfortunate that she doesn't realize he has all the power now because he smashed. So it's not like she still has that power of, well, I'm not letting him smash until he shows me that he respects me and my kids as a package deal. She said we smashed. So by that, he's already done the thing that he wanted to do, especially since she didn't want to give him a shot and he doesn't have any money, according to her. So she's the one with the money. Shout out to him treating the kids to anything. Because he could have been like, oh, actually, I got to call. I got to go. It didn't take y'all nowhere.
At least they got ice cream. But now that he's making more money, she's interested. So he can afford to do stuff with the kids, which is probably why she only dates guys who make a certain amount of money, because she needs them to be some stepdaddies. To
say my kids are a package deal is, that's a toss-up. But I'm going to tell you why. One, if you are a single mother and you got these 3 young children and you're saying this is a package deal, that's showing me that there's a possibility that their fathers or the father is not around.
Of course.
Because to say they're a package deal, also, when I was single, I wasn't into dating women. When I was dating women who had kids, I was not trying to meet the child unless I knew I was going to be around. Because as the child of a single mother, I didn't want to present myself as somebody that was super cool and going to be around, and I wasn't going to be around in their lives.
You were just there to smash and eat up the Lunchables.
And, and develop a great friendship. But to say they're a package deal, that's hard because you don't know if this man wants a true relationship with you. And he's shown you he doesn't.
I know someone who has a child who's, maybe first grader, and was dating a guy that was amazing, but that amazing guy didn't really want to spend a lot of time with the child. And the last straw for my friend was when that child's birthday party came around and the boyfriend didn't even come to the birthday party. And he felt like, hey, I'm not that age. I'm not going to be playing with them kids. Like, that's your kid. You and the baby's dad can enjoy that. I'm not going to come. And she was like, okay, I have to break up with him because he's not loving my son the way that I need him to love my son. And I understand her point. But I also understand his point, and I think that's why you have to have that conversation of like, how do you see this going? Do you think this could be your stepkid? Do you think that we could be a family together, or do you just want to date me? And most of the time, I think it goes the other way.
I remember being a kid, my mom would take me on, like if she got taken to like a breakfast or something, like I would be with her. If she got taken to, like I was with her. And these are cool dudes and everything. And it wasn't a lot of guys. It was like maybe 2 or 3 times this happened. And I just remember being like, I remember not liking people, but I'm not a hater. So I would never block my mom. Like I would never be that kid that's like, we're crying and like that. I would just be like, man, when is this going to be over?
And meanwhile, she fought for you to get to come because she was like, if my son hungry too. You take me out, you take my son out.
Yeah, and I didn't agree with that. Even being the kid, like I'm speaking from the child's perspective.
Right.
Like leave me at home. Don't bring me on no date with you.
She's like, I need a break on all this money I'm going to feed your butt.
And I get that too, but it's just like as the kid, you don't really want to meet anybody unless they're going to be around for a while. Then you got to learn how to deal with that person.
Let me see what this says. Guy Trip says he got his already, then put up boundaries. Can't get mad at that. Smart move.
That's a chess move.
Bandersnatch says, you walk up to my car toting toddlers and I'm locking the doors immediately. That's funny because she's actually a mom. So that's a hell of a while that you would say that. Jordan Taylor says, if you're a single mother, they're doing their very best so their kids can have a good future.
Absolutely. And I have nothing but love and respect for single mothers and mothers in general. I'm just telling you that the foresight has to be there. You can't lead from a sense of, this boils down to her not communicating properly.
And that's what this next one says. Jarrell Weeks says that's something you talk about in advance. Yeah. You don't just toss your kids in someone's face like that. I agree. Green Ranger says, I picture after he said, I don't bring ants to my picnic, he did that Miguel Nunez shimmy. Oh, that's so stupid from Life. Your face is hilarious, CT. Reggie Williams says, sounds like she needs a family care plan.
Yeah, you don't just spring your kids on somebody. And mind you, when my mom would take me on dates, it was talked about beforehand. Like she'd be like, yeah, I'm bringing my son. And if that's a problem, let me know. And, it wasn't a problem. But again, being the kid, I was uncomfortable meeting somebody that I didn't feel was going to be around. Now, as a man, you don't just spring your child on this person, because mothers and fathers are very blind when it comes to how your child is in public. Like you might know how the child is in the house, but you might not realize how your child comes off to people. Mm-hmm. So if you got a son and I'm trying to smash you, but your son is like low-key rude, or he's loud, or he doesn't have great behavior, you're overlooking some of this stuff because you know this behavior. I don't. So if you don't have a house-trained child or a publicly trained child, you don't need to be bringing them around anybody.
And the problem with that is most parents think their children are angels.
Oh, they're not.
Even the bad kids, they think their children are great.
They are not.
But bad children are usually a reflection of the parents with those attitudes.
Yeah, bad parents.
So they think, that everything their child is doing is great.
It's cute and it's funny and it's so annoying.
So she's so sassy. She's so fast. Ha, ha, ha. Oh, he's so hood. He's not putting up with nothing. It's like,
what's funny?
Bad.
My mother taught me when I was a little boy. I remember before we left the house, she would be telling me where we're going or if we're going to be around some people. And she says, you're going, like, for example, like one of those dates. She was like, such and such is taking us to the movies, or he's taking us to breakfast. When you meet him, you shake his hand, you look him in his eye, and after we eat, you make sure you say thank you, I appreciate it, and stuff like that. She taught me how to act.
She raised a little gentleman.
Yeah, but these parents do not teach their children how to behave. Like there have been kids that come over the house when we have gatherings, and they just get their little iPad and they go in the corner. It's like my mom told me when we go to somebody's house, you find out whose house it is. You walk up, you say hello to that person. Thank you for having me. You
Your
address.
Mom taught you that as a child?
Yeah.
Nice.
You go and address the people who are in the house. You ain't got to shake everybody's hand, but you can say, hey, how's everybody doing? And then you go over to your side where the other kids are. But you don't just go in somebody's house and not speak.
I love that advice for somebody who's over the age of 10, but I can't imagine a 5-year walking in going, hey, how's everybody doing? And coming over and shaking hands and finding the father of the house.
Why do you think I was so shocked? I was so shocked because I was literally a kid. I was like 5 and 6 years old, and I would just be like intimidated by all these people. And I'm like, let me just get in here and get it over with. And I would go to the owner of the house or whoever party it was. I would say, hi, how you doing? And then whoever was around, I'd be like, hi. And then I would go run behind my mom's leg.
Hold on a second. D says, I want to ask you a private question. And then I'm not sure what he put up because they come up blank here. And then he says, I was on a break. I'm going back to work. See you next time. I don't know how to take a private question during a live podcast, but you can type something and put it in the comments and maybe proofread it or just try to correct it so I can understand what you're asking. And then maybe we can ask it for you next Wednesday. Maybe the same time, 3 o'clock, if not 4 o'clock, but I'll post ahead of time so you'll know. But
right, Bandersnatch.
So let me just go back up here and these comments. Bandersnatch says, expecting a man to fall in line with your child when your child has a father is a bit delusional, especially in the beginning of a relationship. I agree. Gorilla Tap says, if the person doesn't show a desire to interact with your kids, don't force it. Let people decide if they want to form that relationship. I totally agree. Don't involve children in your trial runs, Bandersnatch says. Lexi Lex says, LOL, it's so funny that people will be cracking jokes and talking ish. Then Jordan Taylor comes with nice words of encouragement. And then Bandersnatch says, every damn time to Lexi Lex. I'm not introducing my kids until I know who you are. Could be a perv.
Exactly.
Deanna, that's facts. That's facts on facts. Your child is not housebroken. Be gone, CT. Is saying. So I guess we all agree on that. Let's see. CT brought up parents not wanting their partner to discipline their kid. One-way trip to homelessness.
That too. That too.
I still want to know how you were homeless before and Francis scooped you up and married you and y'all been together all this time. If you didn't meet them, I mean, what does that mean? If you didn't meet them, if you didn't meet the kids, that means you're not important to her? I guess that's what you're trying to say. Thanks, you're welcome, D. I don't know what that says. All right.
All right, we're going. Appreciate y'all. This has been fun.
What's going on that you have coming up, babe?
Coming up this weekend, Power Morphicon. If you are in LA, Power Morphicon is the Power Rangers convention. I will be moderating Once and Always. They're doing a movie panel for that on Saturday.
Nice. Also
moderating a panel with Johnny Young Bosch and Jason Narvey. And I'll be doing another panel. I can't think of the name of it, but I'll be there Saturday for sure. My guy Fuzzy Joe will be there.
Yay. That's the guy who makes all the logos for us and draws our cartoons and stuff.
One of our best friends. Yes. And of course, I think that's it.
Okay, great. So Power Rangers convention only happens every other year. And he gets to moderate with people that he grew up watching and was fans of, and now they're friends, and they love how he moderates more than a lot of the other moderators. So he's done this multiple times. Great show. Enjoyed seeing and talking to y'all after so long. Thank you, Lexi. I've missed you guys so much. Be tuned into the Patreon for some more exclusive things I'm going to post. And I don't know what else I have coming up. I booked something else, but I can't talk about it. I just know God is in the blessing business, and we're about to end 2024 stronger than ever. That's dope, CT. Fuzzy. Bless you guys. All right. We'll talk to you later. Thanks for being here. Please share this, like it, leave a positive thumbs up, heart, and all that good stuff. And we'll see you next time. Bye.